we are back for another episode of Tough Men of Faith. You know what was my favorite opening of Tough Men of Faith?
Which one?
This
Good Morning,
one time.
Vietnam?
Yes, we were in that small podcasting studio. And producer Blake has his headphones on over there.
Yeah.
And you just screamed.
You
should have
Good Morning,
seen his
Vietnam,
face.
like Robin Williams
He
in the
was
movie.
Dick that shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
more than usual.
He like took his headphones off, threw them on his shoulders, and we just kept rolling. And he was like getting ready to pause us and start all over. And he's like, finally, he started smiling. Like, and he saw the humor in it after his ears quit ringing. But, man.
We need to bring that. You just need to sometime bring that back.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
One day.
So we're in the middle of our mini-series on Proverbs.
Yeah.
Last week, did you get in any trouble for last week's from
No,
your
not
wife?
really. I mean, a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
The fake it till you make it comment. It got me in a little bit of
I
trouble.
was not part of that comment.
You laughed, and
No,
that's the problem.
no.
So you laughed, producer Blake laughed, and that usually means keep going with whatever you're saying because people are laughing at you, and that's where I get myself in trouble.
Yeah. I do feel a little bad sometimes because when you say something you shouldn't, I try to I don't know, Nick, this is going out to a lot of people. And
Right.
but then if I laugh and then Blake starts laughing,
Right.
then,
Then I'm going to keep going. It's I don't know. Anyway, a little bit of trouble, no big deal. I talked my way out of it. Talk wasn't cheap, so it's okay.
Well, let's get this week. Maybe it'll be beneficial for you.
Yeah, maybe. I've read this verse a couple of times, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is never done to me.
So remember, we're just going to do one proverb and kind of hit some.
So we're doing 26:17 today, right?
Let's do it. You got it?
You want me to read it?
Sure.
Whoever meddles in a quarrel not his own is like one who takes a passing dog by the ears.
You ever grabbed a dog by its ears?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go well.
No.
Have you were telling me a story earlier about when you did it once.
It wasn't the.
Didn't you say it was a Wattwalla?
Yeah, that's what it was. I was about 17 in high school, and a friend, kind of more of just acquaintance, but he brought one to.
Yeah, because he's not a friend now. He was an acquaintance then.
He was a friend,
Okay.
but it's not like one where I knew his dog, right? But he brought this dog to a baseball game.
Yeah.
It's massive Rottweiler.
Yeah.
And he was being good, the dog was.
Yeah.
And so, you know how stupid teenage boys do things.
Yeah.
I get in this dog's face. I grab him by the ears.
Yeah.
And I start blowing in his face.
I bet he loved it.
The dog bit my face.
Yeah.
So the bottom of his teeth went inside my mouth and cut the top of my gum.
Well, that's gross.
And then the top of his mouth is such a big dog, got the top of my forehead.
Goodness.
And he just bit down.
Yeah.
And
So you're like looking inside of a shark's mouth.
yeah,
You know.
think I was dead.
Yeah, right.
And so when he lets go, the owner's trying to the friend is trying to grab him off of me.
Yeah.
And I'm bleeding from my forehead. I'm bleeding inside my mouth.
Yeah.
And I remember people were upset. And I remember then it's that was my own dumb fault.
Right.
The dog was not to blame at all.
Yeah.
Right. It was.
So you've been over my house. I've got a
Yeah.
big German Shepherd. I have a small one too, but a big one.
Mhm.
And same thing. He jumps up on my shoulders every day when I get home from work. I mean, two paws go up on my shoulder, and to get him off of me, I'm nudging him, kneeing him in the stomach a little, or I blow in his face, and he's gotten so close to biting my lips.
Even a friendly dog a lot of times will bite you
Yeah, they don't
if
like
you
to
grab
have
it by
air
its
blown in
ear.
their face.
No, they don't want you grabbing its
They
ears.
don't want to be grabbed by the ears.
No, but you know what's interesting? In Proverbs 26 here, the dogs that they're talking about back then aren't like your pet German Shepherd.
Right.
So these are more savage beasts.
I think,
Right.
I
It's
think
like
Barrett is a savage beast. I don't know if you've met him.
I've been around them a few
Yeah.
times, but these are dogs you didn't pet,
Right.
you didn't hang out with.
Yeah.
So even their working dogs, like a sheepdog was a rough dog. Think more like a wolf than a dog.
Right.
And so saying, hey, you don't really want to grab one of those by its ears.
Yeah.
So this verse, go ahead.
No, well, I just kind of getting back to the verse, but it, whoever meddles in quarrels not his own, whoever gets into somebody else's business is like grabbing a dog by the ears. Like, you're not going to do anything but upset the person, that you're getting into it with.
Well, I think they're called busybodies.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. But, what are you doing? You're getting in people's business? Are you nuts?
Yeah. Now, let me make a distinction here. Now, we're not talking about like if you're really screwing up in your life, it's my business as a Christian brother to say something to you.
Correct.
What we're talking about here in this proverb, I think, is saying man, this has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Why are you getting involved in this?
It's like
why are you
people's social media drama.
Man,
Well,
that's
somebody
exactly
had to
how you
bring
can
it up,
apply this
but
verse. Here's the thing. You take social media. It's this verse. This is what this verse applies
This
to.
verse was made for social media.
It was.
Oh.
So you see something on social media.
Yeah.
A buddy posts something.
Right.
Not a buddy. This is someone.
Yeah, an acquaintance.
Then someone else posts something in it. And these guys are arguing on Facebook about it. Or Twitter or wherever you get your social media fix. Yeah. And so you see the need to jump into it.
Well, I often do that. I see the need.
Yeah.
And then I rethink it.
Well,
I'm not trying to grab the dog by the ears, though.
You're a smart man.
Well, I'm getting smarter.
Getting smarter. Because once you get involved in that in social media, and it has nothing to do with you.
Right.
You're not going to look good. Like you're grabbing that dog by the ears.
Yeah. You're not going to look good in the end.
No. You're going to get bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the thing. When you grab a dog by the ears, it's a no-win situation.
Right.
Because while you have them, they're going to try to bite you.
Yeah.
Whenever you let go of its ears, it's coming at you.
Yeah.
This is a lose-lose situation. Like I don't think guys understand like how this verse applies that way. Like once you got it, it's done. So once you post something on something stupid to get involved in this, you're done. Because you may delete that comment, but guess what? I've already screenshot it.
Well, yeah,
and I've already sent it to all my buddies how stupid Nick is.
Yeah. I doubt it's how stupid I am, but how stupid someone is. Yeah, that's what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of goes back to don't meddle in other people's business.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, if it's somewhere I'm messing up, you have a Christian duty just to call me out on it and say something about it. But, beyond that, don't go getting yourself involved.
No, but we love getting the inside information, the gossip, getting involved in the private conversations.
Right.
Right. Not just social media, but even in life. Like, if we know that these two people are trying to work on this, right? So we just want to go get.
I love people's drama.
Get right in the middle of it, right?
No, I don't get in the middle of it.
Want to get the gossip. Yeah. So that's what we're seeing here, right? Is that you can't win in that situation.
Yeah.
Like once you grab that dog, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one's really kind of struck home with me this week.
Did it?
Just
see something on social media?
No, not to. I mean, I see it on social media,
sure.
And I'm just not blaming others. Like I'm guilty of it, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's more on Twitter, maybe in like the big church world. So not like my local church or people I even know, but there's constantly drama, like where they're fighting about different things right now.
Like Joel Osteen's church. Is that the big church you're talking about?
Well, no, but yeah, but there's this like always controversy, right?
Yeah.
And so these guys like feel like they need to weigh in on everything. Then a guy on the other side will weigh in, and then I'm like, I'll find myself reading it, and I'm like, what benefit does this have to me?
Right.
Like these guys that I'll never meet to are fighting on Twitter about this.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
find yourself wanting to weigh in, but then you kind of rethink. It's like, do I really need to get involved in that?
Right. Do I really need to stick my nose into that?
And will it have any effect? Will it change people's opinions or the way that they're looking at something by sticking your nose in it? I mean, really, in the end. I mean, is there going to be any good that comes of it?
Yeah. I mean, if other people are...
Most likely not.
No. If they're arguing about things...
Yeah.
It's really none of my business. Like,
well, it's because they're already kind of dead set in their ways on what they think about it. That's the only reason they're really going to argue their point out is because, they feel like they're right. The other person feels like they're right, and you meddling in the middle of it.
Well, I think what happens sometimes, not in social media as much, maybe they could tag you, I guess, is that people try to draw you into some disputes.
Well, yeah.
That's not your business.
Right. Yeah, people pull you in because you might be more knowledgeable about this than whoever they're arguing with, or even them.
Well, I find as a pastor that a lot of times, like, people have an issue with someone else.
Yeah.
And so they'll immediately come to me and it's like, hey, this guy's really like, he's doing this and you need to talk to him. Like, man, have you followed like scripture, Matthew 18? Like, you go to him if you have a problem with him.
Talk to him.
This has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, then maybe 2 or 3 of us can go. But for now, you should go say something.
Yeah. I've been learning that the best way for me a lot of times to deal with controversy or stuff like that is to stay out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I don't need to be involved
handle it
in
on their own.
Yeah.
Don't go grabbing Rottweilers by their ears.
No, I learned that at a young age, thankfully.
Yeah, no, really good point on.
Yeah, but you know what this brings is like the opposite of peace. If you really think about it. So like the opposite of this is like if you don't meddle in other people's quarrels, it's not your own. You have a more peaceful life.
Right.
Or maybe a way we'd say it in today's culture, a more drama-free life.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Like if I'm not so busy on social media going back. So you've done, right? Okay, I've done it. I'm not going to say you've done
it. Go ahead and say I've done it.
But,
I've probably done it.
So we're just going to have confession time. Like I've seen someone put something stupid on social media.
Okay.
Like, man,
yeah,
that's dumb.
And then I go tell them how stupid they have.
But no. This is what I've done. What I've been guilty of.
Yeah.
This is how I've meddled in it. Is I'm not going to post anything on it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back and look at it to see the comments on it. And then tomorrow morning I may go back.
I've never done this. I'm not guilty of this.
I may go back to see the comments again.
Yeah.
And it's not beneficial for me at all.
Right.
It's really not. It's just me meddling.
It's almost
in their
more
business.
humor than anything, but
humor or trying to be involved in the drama from a distance.
Right.
It's not my fight. It's not my controversy.
From a distance, yeah.
I should have just stay out of it.
Totally.
Because then it gets me thinking certain things.
Right.
Should be reading my Bible or praying instead of looking at it. Right? I mean, or
you should be
talking to Karen. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Talk to your wife about it.
But it's the opposite of peace, right? So now I'm like, and it's a little bit of a pride issue because I'm looking like, well, hey, look at how dumb this person is. I would never do that, and I'm just meddling in that. So.
It's like you're talking to me about this podcast and things I've said on it. It's like that's how you meddle in it. You keep asking me to come back.
Yeah. But here's the thing: you don't win anything with any of that, right?
You don't.
I mean, what does it profit you?
What's that?
What does it profit you to like? What's
the
profit?
Like, there is no profit there. You're losing more than you're actually gaining in the end.
So if I had to, I know we're keeping these shorter. So let me give you a couple practical things like that I was thinking this week. Is that if I see a dispute that others are involved in or a problem that I don't need to be involved in.
Yeah, if it doesn't directly affect you,
I can pray for them.
Right.
Right. So I can pray that they would have wisdom.
Yeah.
Like pray that they get some wisdom and quit doing that, or cooler heads prevail.
Pray that they ask for some wisdom from somewhere, and it may be you. It may get you involved in the end.
Yeah,
but,
that's my second point.
Sorry, man.
That's all right.
I do this.
You're such a wise guy. You get it all.
A wise guy. Real wise guy.
Be ready with the wisdom when asked.
Yeah.
So if they come to you and ask, like, hey, man, what do you think I should do? I got myself in this hole.
Right.
I'm really struggling. Be ready with some wisdom.
Right.
You got it?
Sorry, man.
All right. That's it. You know, that's it.
That's good,
it. Pray for them, and if they come to you, have some words of wisdom.
Pray for me that I don't derail any more podcasts.
That's okay. That's probably why people listen.
It could be.
But just know that, man, don't grab that dog by its ears, because once you do, you're going to lose. Right. It's coming at you.
It's a lose-lose situation.
It is.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
I like it. I like the little short mini-series, short episodes, and getting into the Proverbs that I would have just skipped over. So,
yeah. I'm excited about next week's.
Yeah, I am too.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
You can if you want, or we could surprise people. But next week's is probably one of my favorites of the Proverbs.
Proverb 22:7.
Yep,
the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender.
And I got a lot to say about that one.
Well, good. So
anyway,
get ready for it. We hit it next week.
See y'all next week.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.